Traitors Online.
It's the ultimate game of trust and deception.
Over the next few weeks, 20 players from all across the UK are going to battle it out to become the ultimate winners of this competition.
To hopefully win this incredible game.
At night, the traitors will murder the faithfuls. It's the faithfuls' job to find out who the traitors are. Get them before they get you. Last time.
So I think if we get rid of Sarah, she'll think it's Mark.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, honestly, my head is all mushroom.
I'm not surprised.
There are two people behind me.
Hello?
Hello? Who's that?
What's that?
Hi.
No was. Suspense music. Faithful.
Who's the position?
I personally think we just need to get rid of someone who's like not even being mentioned at all, because we'll be silly to get rid of someone who's potentially got a question mark above the head. So I'm thinking someone.
At the end of the game, if any traitors are left, they win it all.
Welcome to the Traitors.
It was time for Marissa and Chloe to meet. Little did the rest of the group know they were hiding a big secret.
That you guys are related, so I just want to double check that you guys are all right and everything.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me at all, personally.
Good.
You know, I knew that they would because, like, I mean, on my profile pic, I've got, you know, her with me in the photograph. It's not like we purposely sort of tried to hide it, you know.
Perfect. All right.
I mean, we could have done, but, you know.
It's now time for breakfast.
Oh, yeah. Well, Kyle has to let us in. Hi, Chloe.
Hi, Chloe, alright?
Good to see you. Are you? No, you're not talking.
Can you hear us, Chloe? You must be muted. I think you're muted. I'll connect to all of you all.
There we go.
Did you get sorted last night in Morag?
He's thinking, I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
You do?
Hi.
Hello.
Hiya.
Hello, Sarah, you alright?
I am. Are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Hello.
All world, you're from Newcastle and stuff.
There's Ethan. Hi, Ethan.
Hi, how are you all?
Good.
Hello.
Relieved,
Hi, mate.
relieved to be here.
You're like,
After
yeah.
about 3 nervous weeks, it's ridiculous.
I thought I was quick it yesterday because obviously, like, me and Chloe were brand new, and we were like, oh,
Yeah.
like, I was like, oh my god, I've got to meet loads of new people. But now I know everyone. It's kind of, I'm still so anxious.
Yeah, so.
You wouldn't believe it's just a game, would you? The way we all get together.
I'm not at all.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Music doesn't help. The music.
A big outfit. He's getting there.
Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. Have you seen what they're saying in the group?
Yeah, I
All
just feel
number ones are staying. Are in the.
So are we allowed to say what we choose?
that.
Wondering if we're all in, we chose the number with the shield, mate. I don't know.
Diana picked one.
Good evening. So, Michael can't make this evening, which means that either Catherine, Powell, or Rhiannon have been murdered. The final person is about to join you.
What's happened tonight?
Who was the other one? Did we say?
I'm in it, yes!
Yes.
Rhiannon.
Oh, Rhiannon. Was Rhiannon not in?
Rhiannon has been murdered.
What?
What the hell? Why?
Gosh, why? Yeah.
Wow.
Didn't expect that.
What about if we got rid of Rhiannon? That would make Diana a bit more in the spotlight because obviously she was saying that she thought it was her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I think that's a good. As
Yeah,
in, I don't know anything.
No, that's fair enough, mate. Yeah, but Diana's came up quite a few things today, and I think that we could add that on to say, well, now Rhiannon's gone. She said it was one of 3, and obviously, like, now Rhiannon's gone, so that's all a bit weird. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Cool. So, just to confirm, who are we murdering?
Rhiannon.
Okay, so.
Your face, Dave.
Which feels horrible, but it feels so great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I have some news, unfortunately, from the traitors.
Okay.
Oh, 1 second, let me.
Don't worry.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no problem.
So, unfortunately, you have been murdered, and you will be leaving the game.
No way.
Oh, she was lovely.
Unfortunately, she did not choose the correct number. The correct number was the number 1, and she chose number 2. So, I'll leave you for a couple of minutes to digest the news.
So if there's no,
Did
Did
that way.
anybody else choose number 2 here? Or are we all number 1
Yeah.
people?
I chose.
No, I'm a number 2.
I chose number
I'm
2.
very confused.
I think it was all the number 2s were up for murder, basically. All the number 1s.
Right.
So,
Right.
Oh, and then
Yeah.
the traitors chose one of the number 2s.
yeah.
I understand now.
I'm confused. What did you choose, Catherine? 1 or 2?
1.
You were safe anyway.
I had a shield one night.
So, Rhiannon has been murdered, and she was murdered by a traitor. Now is the opportunity for you guys to banish the traitor. I'm going to open the floor to discussions. Who would like to go first?
Can I give a view? So, my guess, and this is a pure guess, and I have no personal feelings against either of these people because I don't know them at all, but the 2 new people, Ethan and Chloe, my guess is that one of them could well be a traitor. I don't think them both coming in would both be faithfuls, and Chloe seems very friendly and chatty. Ethan seems a bit quieter, but equally as nice. But I'm going to plump for Ethan. That's all I have to go on.
That's completely fair enough, Diana. Obviously, myself and Chloe have come in. I can tell you that I'm definitely faithful. Like I've been obviously today, I've been kind of doing little bits of everything, so I haven't been able to reach out as much as well. And obviously, with I struggle a little bit with anxiety as well. So I do understand that completely, but I can tell you for definite, I'm faithful.
Okay, fair enough. I could well be wrong.
Yeah, I can also say that I'm 100% faithful as well.
Okay.
I would be. Well, we don't know how many traitors there are, do we? Do we?
More than 1, we know that.
More than 1, yes.
Yeah.
Is it 2, 3, or 4 or more? Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
But I like to assume it's 3. Don't know why, because the TV show had 3.
I'm going to get rid of 1 at a time, and that's my thoughts for tonight.
I think we need to address a potential, well, somewhat of an elephant in the room from some of the chats that have happened, and that's the fact that that Marissa, you never told us that Chloe was your daughter. It was only when we did a bit of work that you actually came out and said that. Now, does that mean you're a traitor? I don't know. But can you just kind of explain your thought patterns as to why you hid that information from all of us?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'll be honest, I never really gave it much thought at the time. I just thought it was like, you know, a bit of fun, like we both sort of, like, you know, she's coming in, are they going to make the connection? But I mean, if I was going to hide it, then I would have removed my profile picture, because at the moment I've got a profile picture of me and her. And plus, she's got a different account on Facebook that she could have used instead. If we were truly going to hide it, or if I was going to hide it, or if she was, then that's what we would have done. But I am, 100% faithful.
My only thing, sorry to jump on, is like you said, Dougie, that I did query, and I know we talked about it in the chat a bit last night, but the thing that sticks in my head is, as mother and daughter, you both say that you don't know what each other is, as in faithful or not, and I just find that really hard to believe, because if it was me and my daughter, I know we'd be talking about it and plotting together and who's a traitor, who's not a traitor. So I just find that I just can't believe that you don't know what each other is.
Yeah.
Again, they wouldn't reveal it, would they? No.
No, not towards us, to all of us. I mean, to each other.
Yeah.
To each other, like Marissa, you said that you know what Chloe is, and vice versa. So is that still true? Chloe, do you know what your mum is? Traitor or non-traitor? I'm not asking you to, obviously.
I say we're both faithful.
Right, so but yesterday,
I'm not going to admit it if they're not.
You said yesterday you didn't know what each other were. So it just, I don't know. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, we do see what you're saying. Yeah.
So that's the only thing I've got to go on at the minute.
So picking up on that, Lisa, one of the conversations in the chat that you had with them that just made me think a little bit was they seem to be relying, or Marissa was saying, well, in the TV show, they hid the fact that they were going out with each other or related, or I think Tom and I can't remember the lady's name.
Alex.
That's it, Alex. And then Marissa, you kept going back to saying, but you voted them out, now we're both faithful. It was as if you were sort of banking on the fact that you and your daughter would be thought as faithful because it was in the TV show.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess I just didn't really know when or whether to say or not, but I understand that it does raise suspicion, but as I said, all I can say is that I'm faithful.
I think because it's very early, it's very hard. So I think I agree with you though, Lisa, if that's the only thing I would have as well, because there's nothing really else to go on at the moment, but that is...
Now, the time for talking is over. If you could please write down who you wish to vote for, I will come around in just a couple of minutes to collect your votes here. The person with the most votes will be leaving the game this evening. So, we will begin with EJ. So, who are you voting for and why?
How did I do that?
Obviously, it's a really hard decision, and obviously there's no ill will here at all. But Marissa, I have to go for you, I'm afraid.
We will now move on to Chloe.
I literally had no idea whatsoever. Obviously, being new, I've literally just had to go for someone random, and it's someone who's been quite quiet during this chat, and that's how picked. It's literally no reason at all.
Thank you very much, Chloe. If we now move on to Sarah.
Okay. It's very tricky, and it's not personal. It's just based on the conversation we've just had, and I'm going to go for Marissa.
Okay, thank you very much, Sarah. Now, Mike could not make this evening, but he did send me his vote in advance, and he has selected Marissa. So, if we now could move on to Mark.
Yeah, I've just used a different logic altogether. I've been trying to think, as Kyle said, I would choose the loveliest, nicest, coolest person in the room to be my new traitor. So I have chosen you, Morag, because you are cool as a cucumber. You are so nice and sweet. You're the last person that people would think of. Sorry.
Very much, Mark. If we could please go to Diana next.
So I still think it's one of the two new people, but I've changed my mind. I don't think it's Ethan. I think it's Chloe, simply because since Helene's been mentioned, she's been chewing her fingernails and looking very worried. So I think it's you, Chloe.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. If we could go to David next.
Hello. From the way you've come across tonight, I'm now doubting if it actually is you, Marissa. So I don't know if I'm like now swaying towards Chloe, because I do think there was something really suspicious going on there, but I don't want to repeat what everyone else has said. So I'm just going to go with Marissa.
Okay. Thank you very much. If we could move on to Sandra.
I'm really sorry about this, but having listened to everything everybody said and watching last night, I'm afraid I've gone for Marissa as well. Sorry,
Okay.
Marissa.
Thank you very much. Next up, we will go to Dougie.
Right, yeah. Again, I think it's so hard because there's so little to go on. The only thing really we have to go on is what we've kind of discussed here. So unfortunately, nothing personal. My vote is for Marissa.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So we are just over halfway now. I have 1 vote for Morag, 1 vote for Calpic, 1 vote for Chloe, and 7 votes for Marissa. Move on to Sharon.
I also looked on the profiles last night and noticed the connection, so I have also gone for Marissa.
Perfect. Okay. So we will move on to Ring Powell. Who are you voting for and why?
I'm voting for this person, I'm so sorry, but with the connections and that, and you didn't tell us straight away, I'm sorry, but I'm voting for Marissa. Sorry, love.
Okay. Thank you very much. Morag, who are you voting for this evening and why?
I've decided to leave the Marissa, Chloe, Ethan thing alone, and this person didn't say very much, but their questions were quite astute, which may be a smokescreen, so I've gone for Debbie.
Debbie. Okay, so that is 1
Sorry.
vote for Debbie. Kath, who are you going for this evening and why?
My daughter's 20, and the only way that I would know if she was a traitor or not would be if I was a traitor. So based on that logic and that alone, I've done Marissa, sorry.
Perfect. Okay. So next up, if we could go to Calpic, please.
I have gone for Marissa as well, based on the conversation which we had in the chat, and I think, yeah, Marissa is a traitor.
Perfect. Okay. So we will now go to Debbie. Who are you voting for this evening and why?
I go for Marissa just because of the same reasons I said. I just think it's suspicious she didn't say anything from the start. It would have been the most obvious thing to do.
Okay. Thank you, Debbie. Marissa, who are you going to go for this evening and why?
Right, I put EJ, simply because he's new as well as Chloe, but I know it's not Chloe, so I just gone for you, EJ. No, you know, that's just what I've done.
Thank you very much. So finally, we are going to go to Lisa. Who will you be voting for this evening and why?
Yeah, same reasons everybody else has given and based on the chat last night, so Marissa.
Okay, thank you very much, Lisa. So unfortunately, Marissa, you have the most votes this evening and therefore you will be leaving the game imminently. If you could please tell the group what role you were.
Yeah, firstly, I have enjoyed this. It's been fun, but I'll be honest with you, I was going to leave anyway because my heart wasn't really in the game. You know, I haven't really sort of been participating and I've had a lot of stuff going on in my life. So I'm actually kind of relieved that you have voted me out in a way, but I am faithful.
So Marissa was faithful. Thank you so much for joining us. You will be missed, but for now you have been banished from the game. Marissa has gone. You have banished faithful. Let's hope you will have a bit better luck tomorrow. Feel free to debrief and discuss until the grandfather goes.
Oh my god.
The only thing I can say for me is listening to what David said. As the more it sort of went on, the more I did start thinking maybe Marissa's faithful and it is Chloe, but I'd already had my mind made up and I didn't want to change. So it's like, oh!
I know. I thought I don't want to start and point fingers.
No,
I know what one of them is.
no.
You know what I mean? I don't want to then go to you when sorry.
Oh God! It was just the lies. Like when Marissa said she didn't know what Chloe and her were, but then just admitted they did. So it was just like, oh God, I feel awful.
And because it's early, it's like you've got to grab onto just anything that sounds sort of possible.
You've got to grab them by the balls.
That's one way of putting it, lovely.
Let's think this through for tomorrow. Marissa was faithful, but she doesn't know if Chloe's a traitor or not.
She said she doesn't. No,
Yeah,
but
that could have been a
said
lie.
that they were both faithful, and Marissa did admit that they both knew. So if Marissa is telling the truth, then Chloe's faithful. It's like, oh God. The mind boggle.
It boggles, it kills me. Ah!
Okay.
Now, let's visit the armory to see who has the shield.
Number 2, perfect. Right. So I will put on number 2. And there we have it. You have won a shield. So if you are...
Sandra has the shield, so she is protected from murder tonight. It's now time for the
Hello.
traitors to meet.
Hi.
Well, I mean, I think that went as good as it could have. Obviously, you got a vote, but I think that was really a stab in the dark type of thing. There's nothing that you can't change.
No,
EJ,
it's one of them,
again.
I'm not worried.
Yeah. EJ again, I think a bit of a stab in the dark, but I think there will be more heat on him
Yeah,
naturally.
especially if we vote Chloe out.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think it's just, so I think it went as well as it could have otherwise.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yep,
Yeah.
Alright, you're on hands free because I'm driving to the cinema, but I can hear you, so I just can't see you.
That's alright.
I was doing that on the way here until I got to the services.
The only thing that didn't quite go our way was Catherine not voting for Lisa.
Yes.
That was a bit of a bug in the ointment. But
we can push that in the group tomorrow, though. We could push that in there.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? Do you know what I was thinking?
Go on.
That, the only thing is, it obviously puts EJ under a slight little bit of pressure, but we're going to obviously work to get that off him. But Diana's a really strong character, and she said that she thinks it's Chloe at the end of the meeting, and I think we would be probably silly to waste this opportunity by not getting rid of her, because she's quite strong. She writes everything down, and she's just literally said, I now think it's Chloe. And it's like, well, then tomorrow Chloe will go.
Yeah, because Lisa said the same thing as well. That she agreed with yourself and was thinking it was Chloe, but didn't want to change her mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just think it's a good opportunity probably to get rid of Diana, because like people think that that's too obvious.
Catherine is still saying us. I'm still thinking Lisa, but yet she didn't vote that way. Just saying, she just said it now.
That's true.
So, the traitors have made their decision. Let's go and deliver the news to their next victim.
Just obviously because the comments just made it nice.
I think it'll put suspicion on Morag and Lisa.
Might push the scales. Either way, we seem to be good for the next couple of banishments by the looks of it.
Next time.
What?
I was starting panicking there.
Oh my god.
I can promise you that number is going to be a lot less by the end of the game.
You know, who is part of who's not part of the alliance? I think I'm the only one that's not.
Lisa and I am faithful.
The last person remaining in the game will have a little bit of a surprise. Okay. Mike. One. Okay.
Who, please?
Can you tell me what the name of this evening was?
Oh god, I didn't really look at it. Something about death?
Correct.
Like, as in morally, I feel awful.
After betraying the faithful for a while, it's now time for you to betray one of your own.